We're live recording this right now. It is Tuesday, September 23rd. College football, week 5. The best week of college football so far. The slate is unbelievable, fellas. You open your apps, you open ESPN, you open the score, and you just go, get me to Saturday. Everybody right now is in their office cubicle right now or working their jobs going, I just got to get to Saturday because that slate is unbelievable. I was talking to my wife yesterday, and I go, hey, so she was like, do we have weekend plans or anything? I said, yeah, I'm sorry. I have a date. She was, a date? We're married. What are you talking about? I said, I got a date with my couch and some pizza all day Saturday and that TV, because all the TVs in the house, because man, oh man, I cannot wait for Saturday. Dylan, you seem confused over there.
I am. Is the Score app your Score app of choice? Because you send text like, "Oh, I was watching on the Score app." Is that the one you use?
I flip around.
You got a rotation going, so it's not just so one doesn't get overused.
It used to be Score entirely, but then I've switched it around to multiple other apps because sometimes the Score has been a technical difficulties app, especially on Saturdays.
Is it like a screen time thing where you can, if someone gets into your screen time and they see that you've spent 7 hours on the Score on Saturday, if you have like maybe 2 on ESPN, 2 on Apple Sports, you can be like, okay, well, I was reading articles on ESPN. I wasn't just Score watching. Is that like the thought process there?
Well, what do you mean? I don't need to check it on Saturday. I have all the games on TV.
Oh, well,
or
whatever day.
Or I'll go on like FanDuel.
What? Wait, what?
What do you mean? Like
FanDuel to do what?
Like I'll see the scores on FanDuel and on my TV on Saturday. I don't need to look at the scores.
You're Score watching on FanDuel?
No, I got the TVs on. The games are on my TV.
Okay. I use Saturday as just as a random day. I'm just talking about when you check scores. Are you going into the FanDuel app?
No, that's crazy.
How many reality checks does Karter get?
Yeah, that's bananas.
Karter's using the live streaming on Bet365, watching the game in the Bet365 app.
Yeah, I will say, I mean, if you want the live, like the most updated numbers, you should probably go to one of the betting sites. But that's a huge pet peeve of mine. And we can start there. There is nothing worse when you're watching a game with people and someone's sitting there on their fantasy app or on one of the betting apps knowing what play is going to happen in front of you. It's obviously ahead on your app. Don't look at your phone. Watch the effing game on your on the TV. Quit trying to spoil it for everybody else and just go, oh, yeah, he catches a 9-yard pass here. I don't want to know. That's why we're watching the effing game.
That's grounds for removal.
Yeah,
that's grounds for removal.
Yeah, that's amateur move right there. That brings no theater. What I like to do is, hey, watch this. Hey, give the guy next to me a little. Hey, watch this.
Even more. Well, that might piss me off even more.
That makes you worse. Oh, 9-yard catch coming up. That's worse than that.
I would agree. Yeah, it's like, I know better than you guys. Hey, you amateurs down there, you peasants, watch what happens here because I already know.
That's like an older brother knowing what you got for Christmas, being like, I know what you got for Christmas. Like,
hey, don't open that one first. That one kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's troll behavior, Dylan. That is true troll behavior.
The key is you need to let the person. You can't let the person know that you got the notification. Where it's like hey, I think something's gonna happen here. Hey, check this out. Make sure you're paying attention.
That's why you got to be a do not disturb guy on game days.
Yeah, I can't do that. But notifications are different than just like if you're intentionally watching the app. That's different. Like the Apple Sports app will give you notifications if you favorite teams.
Why can't you be a do not disturb guy?
I got too much going on. I got too many notifications going on.
Too much going on. Dylan's falling for that.
Yeah, the Bet365
swiping up on Dylan.
The Bet365. Well, I have commenters to respond to all day on Saturday and Sunday, and then
that's fair.
The Bet365 early pay. Because all the bets I place they cash in like the first quarter. Bet365 does the early payout of
unders never cash in the first quarter.
Huh? Unders are actually the only bet you start winning. That you have to lose.
No, not at all. Underdogs. All underdogs. All plus spreads. You're winning when you start the game.
I'll take starting a game by winning by 50 points instead of winning by 3. How about that? Listen, the notification thing is different than just watching the app and being that guy, I think. But I am also a big, hey, check this out. I'll do that to my grandpa when we're watching Reds games. I'll get a notification like Ellie De La Cruz home run.
Yeah,
like, hey.
That's a different thing, though.
I think that's fair because he's probably not watching the entire game. Like, he's just sitting there. Maybe he's looking off somewhere on his phone, whatever. I think that's fine, especially for baseball. But, like, if you're in a room full of people locked in, don't do that.
Yeah.
Wow. So
especially if it's like your team or you've got big money on the game or anything like that, that would piss me off.
It's funny that, speaking of the commenters, Dylan, you sit here and you're like, yeah, I've got commenters to reply to. You look at Dylan's screen time on his apps, it's like TikTok, 9 hours, 27 minutes. And you're like, oh my gosh, how many videos have you scrolled through? And it's like, well, actually, I've been on the same video scrolling down the whole time. It's like, actually, I haven't consumed that much.
You must be so up to date with what's going on in pop culture.
No, just Todd 27 in Tuscaloosa only.
Roll Tide Brook.
So, Karter, you, to put a bow on the score app thing, it seems like you use the score a lot. You said you're on a rotation now. Give me the starting lineup. Give me leadoff batter, number 2, number 3.
Score, ESPN. I've been tickling with Apple.
That's the best one by far.
Wow.
Yeah,
by far.
I've tried to move it in, but like, you know, the natural instinct when you open your phone, you just go to like those main apps. Like, it's just, I haven't gotten in the habit of going to Apple yet, and I need to move it.
So what are those main apps? Are you just talking about ESPN and Score?
And like
Pizza Hut, Wingstop,
DoorDash.
Get out of here. We all know I'm a Little Caesars, Papa John's kind of guy.
They don't have an app. Does Little Caesars have an app?
Yes, Little Caesars has an app. What are we talking about here?
Little Caesars does have it.
Shout out Chip if he's listening. Crazy
I love Chip.
Guys, do you guys have all your apps organized into folders, I assume?
For the most part.
For the most part, yeah. Which folder has the most apps in it? Because for me, it's easily the food app folder, without a doubt.
No.
I mean, not even close.
Mine finances.
Oh.
Travel's got a lot. Travel, I think, wins.
Oh, man. I would have to go.
My food folder is a full 4 pages long on my apps.
My gambling is 6.
6 pages?
I got 6 pages worth of I have 6 worth of entertainment. I have 7 worth of games.
Oh my God.
I'll probably I have like 8 pages of utilities. So that's probably it. Utilities.
That's got a lot of apps.
I do have a lot of sports apps. Like, over the years, I've had to download just the most absurd apps to watch games. Like
Hornets game.
I still have NBC Sports in the stadium and Mountain West on here. Yeah, that was definitely because I bet on like Utah State under in the early basketball season.
We were talking about apps, and I had a question. You were talking about apps and folders. Gosh,
you guys have a lot of apps, it seems like. I don't have that many.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's unorganized for me. Finance? No, it's travel. Travel definitely has the most for me.
That's fair.
Oh, I know what I'm not a search for the folder and find the app guy. I just search. I just swipe right all the way to the far left and search for whatever app I want.
You don't just pull down?
I've been doing that lately. Teaching that to a parent or an older person is a nightmare. They're like, "Where's my Apple Wallet?" I'm like, well, "You can either double tap or you can just swipe up for wallet." And they're like, "I don't see it."
I've dabbled in the search function now. I swipe down and search sometimes now, but for the majority of my apps, I know exactly where they are. I just go right to the folder.
Let's just say the sportsbook apps are getting searched.
I have. So you enlightened me, because normally I swipe all the way.
What the wait? What
I
was
didn't know
that?
You just swipe down.
Wait,
no,
go back. Go back.
Hold on.
Why do you have Grindr on your phone?
All you audio listeners, you're in for a treat.
We got. No, it's gonna be blurry. I got a nice little Fox News headline. At the bottom.
Oh, so yeah, Dylan, thoughts on them finding the cause of autism?
I'm cured.
Next segment. Oh my gosh.
I'm cured.
The comments
Oh,
are gonna have a field day with that one.
yeah, it's a big day for me. I am a Tylenol guy. I'm not an ibuprofen guy if I can avoid it. I do like.
I will like. We're not doing politics here. I just know what the comments are gonna. If the comments are clever, they will make Tylenol jokes in our comments going forward.
Our
Oh,
commenters
that's
aren't
too-
that clever.
Yeah, that's too smart for them. They don't understand.
Too many steps.
Give
Yeah.
Roll Tide Brooke some love. Gosh, she'll be in there.
She actually might be one of them that would have the intellectual capacity to make that.
No,
And that's.
no, she does not.
Oh,
I love her, but no. If she's alive,
Ingrained in the lore.
I don't know if she's alive.
That's very true. We haven't heard from her in a while.
We've-
She's gonna like
we've-
what I have to say about Alabama, though.
Oh,
Let's start. Should we start there then?
great transition.
We can start there.
Let's start with Alabama, Georgia. We'll go to the SEC. Games in Athens. Georgia's a 2.5-point favorite. Over under 52.5 in this game. Dylan, I know you said you like Alabama in this game. How much does the quarterback have to do with that?
I mean, that's pretty important part, I would say. I think Ty Simpson's gotten a bad rap. That first game against Florida.
too.
That first game against Florida State, honestly, I thought he looked pretty good, and a lot of people put that loss on him. He had a 14% drop rate he was dealing with. They cleaned that up in the next two games. Now, hand up, I'll be the first to say the games after Florida State were not very tough. That's more than fair. But does this kind of have like a Clemson last year, actually really 2 years ago too, type deal where they drop the first game and everybody kind of forgets about them, and then they just find themselves in the playoff talk? I think this game is where that hype starts back up for Alabama. I think they win this game. I think Ty Simpson has a great game. My concern would be Gunnar Stockton against Tennessee looked better with his arm than I expected him to. And if that continues, that's a problem. But going back to that, Georgia really shouldn't have won that Tennessee game as it stood.
No.
So Alabama getting the points here. I am Mr. SEC. People forget in 2021 I had Alabama. I can't even remember who won the games, but they flip-flopped between the regular season. No. It was SEC championship and playoff game. I got both of them right. I'm going to Alabama here. I think they win, and I don't think that this alleviates all the pressure off DeBoer, but this makes Alabama fans happy for a little bit.
This kind of bandages those wounds a little bit,
Yeah.
those DeBoer wounds.
Good.
Yeah.
This is a good win, and I think it's different. I think because they got that win against Tennessee, being Georgia, even though they shouldn't have, this win is going to feel so much different for Alabama fans. That Georgia win against Tennessee might end up meaning more for Alabama than Georgia.
Yeah. Overall, all in all, if Georgia had lost to Tennessee, I'd probably be picking them to win here. Them pulling off that win coming into this game, I like Alabama in this spot. I do. Both teams off a bye. That opening loss to Florida State, yes, it was concerning, but it looks a hell of a lot better now than it did 4 weeks ago, I would say.
Yeah,
It does.
yes.
It does.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'm not. But Florida State has played not even Division I schools since then.
Yeah. I think that's
Yeah, it looks good, but and obviously you just dominate Wisconsin, which Luke Fickell's a dead man walking there.
If I could say, the Florida State build this year with Tommy Castellanos, their team. Oh, I don't even know what they're ranked in the top 10. They're ranked 7, I think. I think they're ranked like 7.
right.
They aren't the seventh best team in the country. Tommy Castellanos and the way that offense is built is just, that team is made to pick off teams like Alabama as upsets. It reminds me a lot of like Arkansas and Taylor Green, in which we'll get to that game. But
if you're gonna say a team like with Castellanos and Florida State is gonna be able to have success and play the underdog role against Alabama and everything, well, I mean, Castellanos, Gunnar Stockton, they're both run threats and they both want to ground and pound the ball. And also, I really liked what I saw from Gunnar Stockton's arm in that Tennessee game. Now, I think Alabama's defense is a lot better than Tennessee's. Don't get me wrong there.
Tennessee was dealing with multiple injuries in the defensive backfield, at safety and corner.
Yep.
Now, I said that I didn't think that Gunnar would be the type of guy to take advantage of that, and he did. But they still were very thin in the secondary. Tennessee was.
But you don't think it's concerning at all that Florida State only threw the ball 14 times and still won by 2 scores? Like, I don't know if Gunner's going to have to necessarily throw a lot in this game.
It is a tad concerning, and I was impressed with, number one, Gunner Stockton's arm, like you guys said, against Tennessee. But some of the design runs I thought were very impactful. That guy does not shy away from contact. He's thrown himself at UT defenders every third play. I like the design runs there. I think they go back to more of that this weekend. And another thing about Georgia, they're 4th in the country in time of possession so far. So they've had these long, drawn-out drives. They control the pace of the ball. If they can run the ball and keep it on the ground and move the sticks, I do think that's a path to victory for them. However, Tennessee had 10 penalties for 82 yards. That didn't do any favors for them. And like you guys said, I don't even think Georgia should have won that game necessarily. I think Josh Heupel coached scared near the end of the fourth quarter. I wasn't on the recap show, so I didn't get this off. But after that fumble recovery, he coached scared near the end of the fourth quarter. I almost put that game on him. But
oh yeah,
one of the big points I wanted to bring up is a couple guys coming back from injury for Alabama. Jam Miller's supposed to play this weekend for the first time all season. I think that'll help a lot. Bama's currently 102nd in rush offense in the country through 3 games, which small sample size, but he should have an immediate impact. And then Tim Keenan III on the D line is also coming back. Not a big numbers guy, but big guy, experienced guy, been there for a few years, had a couple of sacks last year. I think a couple of those guys coming back will help Bama this weekend, especially Jam Miller in the run game. And offensively, I think Ty Simpson's going to find success. We saw Joey Aguilar have multiple explosive plays. Tennessee have multiple explosive plays down the field in that Georgia game. Why can't Bama do that too? He just torched Wisconsin, which is a step down, don't get me wrong. But I like that momentum coming into this spot. And coming off a huge emotional win, even off a bye, for Georgia against Tennessee, I think this is a little bit of a letdown spot. And I think this is the week, Dylan, you're right, where people start coming back to that Bama train saying, okay, the Florida State loss was concerning, but this is a great win against Georgia. Kalen DeBoer, we're going to give you another chance.
I am more convinced that Ty Simpson will be able to expose this Georgia pass defense than Georgia and Gunner Stockton will expose Alabama's run defense. This Georgia pass defense, 97th in EPA per pass allowed. So I think Ty Simpson's going to have a day. I think it's about time we start having a conversation about Ty Simpson, and it's going. He got a really bad rap after that Florida State game, a game I didn't even think he played all that poorly in.
And I know he's been there a long time, many years, but it was his first true start in college football.
Yeah.
Like, I know coming into the year, I was like, oh, experienced guy in the system, but it was his first start.
Yeah. The Jam Miller.
Now, here's the question, Connor. Is Karter playing devil's advocate, or does he really think Georgia's going to win? Because
I think he likes Georgia. I think he's a Bulldog this weekend.
I don't know. I've seen devil's advocate. I'm going to go devil's advocate. I think he's playing devil's advocate here.
The Jam Miller piece is interesting because that could completely change this Alabama run game. And if Alabama can actually have success running the ball in this Georgia team, then we're talking about a completely different ball game. And also, you kind of you compare opponents and how they played against each other. Now, I do think it does matter this game's being played in Athens. Like, I don't think that can go unnoticed. Night game in Athens is going to be a big deal. But anyhow.
Well, that's why they're getting 3 points.
Who do you like more, Joey Aguilar or Ty Simpson?
Oh.
Now, I don't.
I'm going Ty Simpson, probably.
I'm still going to say Ty Simpson as well. Even though Joey Aguilar outperformed my expectations by a mile, but I'm still going to take Ty Simpson.
I think that's fair because you're also dealing with turnovers with Joey Aguilar. You deal with silly stuff with Aguilar sometimes, but I think it's crazy to say. I think his ceiling can be higher at times, and I like his deep balls more.
Yeah.
Whoa. You like what?
I like Joey Aguilar's deep balls more.
Gotcha. Okay.
Quote card.
All right.
Yeah. Quote card. I don't care.
Can we get can we get a commenter to clip that?
Whose weapons do you like more?
Alabama?
I mean, you got to go Bama. Sorry,
Yeah,
Chris Brazzle, but you got to go Bama.
Brazzle, razzle, dazzle.
Whose defense do you like more?
Alabama?
Alabama. Yeah.
I kind of like Georgia in this game.
What? He just roped us in. He reeled us in.
Reversal. Oh, my gosh. We just got that's a Karter masterclass.
I think I kind of like Georgia in this game. I think I'm taking the dogs at home. I do not like taking minus signs. I don't like taking favorites, especially in these big games like this. I wish I could take Alabama plus 2.5. I'm not. I'm riding with. I really, really, really liked what I saw with Gunnar Stockton's arm in that Tennessee game. Now I know this Tennessee defense is not as good as this Alabama one, but this game being played at home and the dual threat quarterback Gunnar Stockton is. Tommy Castellanos, dual threat might be a stretch. I don't love Tommy Castellanos' arm. He's more of a running back than he is a quarterback. And I think Alabama's defense might be a smidge overrated.
Oh, stop
overrated.
it.
No.
No,
I was
stop
told
it.
this is going to be the best defense in the country. I still remember what I saw week 1. It was holy ball by Florida State. Georgia can replicate that.
But
too.
it's week 1. Everybody's getting their feet from it's week 1. Seriously, how much stock are we putting into that?
I think
Clemson week 1 last year got the brakes beat off of them, and they turned out okay.
Almost beat Texas.
Yeah, but then did they actually turn out okay, or did they get to play 6-6 ACC teams every week?
Hey, look, I was
about
anti-Clemson.
Clemson this year. I think week 1's actually kind of telling. What about week 0 last year with Florida State? I think that was kind of telling. Week 0 Kansas State this year. I think those games are still telling, especially early on. Give me go dogs. Go dogs, baby. Give me
You
Georgia.
say you don't want to take the favorite, Karter. Give it 4 days. You'll probably get them at pick 'em. So,
You think?
yeah.
If I get them at a pick 'em, then I'm taking Georgia.
Yeah. No one is I don't think anyone's going to be rushing to bet Georgia.
I'm curious.
It opened at
I am
3.5.
curious. I am curious to see how much Jam Miller gets used in this game, whether he's fully healthy, whether he's on a snap count or something like that. Like I said, that can totally change the trajectory of this game.
I don't think he'll get 20 carries in this game by any means, but I was reading a couple interviews from DeBoer, and he was like, he's going to be a huge help in pass protection, just being there on third down. So that's just something that Bama's been missing so far this year. And here's my question for you guys. Do you think there's going to be 85 points in this game like Georgia UT? I think this is going to be a little bit, I don't think it's going to be a complete shootout.
I was thinking 24-20 Alabama.
I said Alabama 27, Georgia 24. So a high-scoring game, but it's not 45-41.
I think it's high scoring. I'm going 31-28 Georgia.
Okay.
Do we think Ryan Williams has another big game? Because he had 6 receptions, 177, and a touchdown last year against this Georgia team. Did we see that again?
He's kind of been a shell of himself this year.
A bit, yeah. But is that a Ty Simpson problem?
Is that a
Jalen Milroe has better arm talent than Ty Simpson? Is that what I'm hearing from the Karter Baughan camp?
I think Jalen Milroe can throw the ball further. Also,
so can Joe Milton. So can Bazooka Joe.
Trust me, I saw that on Sunday.
Bazooka Joe.
And last thing on this point, play devil's advocate here. I am a little bit nervous about Georgia's secondary.
I would agree with that. And
because Tennessee was having all sorts of success with the deep ball against them, and that should be there for Ryan Williams in this game. Ty Simpson's going to have to make those throws deep. So,
well, Joey Aguilar putting up 41 points is not what you expect him to do against the Georgia defense. A Georgia defense we're used to, and a lot of those take the top off the defense type of plays, like the couple of those Brazzle touchdowns. That's just not what you're used to from a Georgia defense. And I think you're right. That secondary does have cause for concern,
especially against Ryan Williams, who did it against him last year. But
yeah,
still going Georgia. Give me Gunnar Stockton. He's got to win with his legs. Control time of possession. Win the football game. Let's move on. Let's go to Penn State. Oregon, Penn State. Penn State minus 3.5 in this game. Over under 52.5. Both of these games are on at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Which one's not making the cut, Dylan? Because you're gonna have Epstein documentary on one screen, and then what's on the other screen?
That's real funny. So I was going to ask.
I got bad news.
That is an important part of our history. If we are not advocating for our women, then who are we advocating for?
I got. Well, the issue is Dylan's not
the Ohio State game.
No, not even that. The Dylan's gonna have he's gonna have the Epstein doc on one, and then his iPod Touch is gonna have UMass Missouri on ESPNU.
Oh,
it's on at 7:30.
That's making the box.
We've been on a big House kick, Dr. House. So that's got to have a screen somewhere. Maybe Abbott Elementary. Shifting Gears Season 2 starts October 1st. Here's my question. You're in a room. You're locked in a room with one TV. Let's say 55 inches. No multi-view available. You're going old school cable, direct TV, hooked up to your TV. What game you have on TV? You have Oregon, Penn State, or you have Alabama, Georgia?
Bama, Georgia. I don't think it's particularly close.
Bama, you said
Really?
Bama, Georgia?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think I'm taking Oregon, Penn State.
I think I'm taking Oregon, Penn State as well.
Might I ask why?
I think I am more curious to see. I think the storylines are bigger in this game. Now, one thing I'm kind of pissed I didn't actually touch on the Alabama-Georgia thing was, what happens if Georgia wins that game? Kalen DeBoer, I mean, that gets real ugly then. Because
I think it really depends how the game looks, though. Like, if it's a game-winning field goal, if Georgia kicks a game-winning field goal, I think that it's a little bit different than if they get blown out by, like, 3 scores.
I think you're giving way too much credit to the fans in Tuscaloosa.
Well, we've done this song and dance. Are we really going to sit here and base our opinion on that on the fans?
Oh, no. Next segment. We're not getting back into this.
No, but that's just what I'm saying. I think Kalen DeBoer might need to get Secret Service and go into the witness protection program in Tuscaloosa if they lose this game, because 2-2 and their only real opponents this year they lose to, that would be a problem.
I don't know.
That's what happens.
I don't know.
Anyhow.
On a serious firing note, like, if it's a close game, it's a respectable game, and you're not making a bunch of dumb mistakes, I don't know. But I'm typically more patient with my head coaches. So,
but the Oregon-Penn State game, I think this has fascinating storylines because we actually get to see, okay, yeah, Dante Moore, you did it against Oklahoma State and Oregon State. That's great. Those teams stink. Let's see it on the road at Penn State. It doesn't get much bigger than that. Drew Aller, can he actually win a big game for once in his career? James Franklin, can you win a big game for once in your career? Now, it is interesting Penn State's favored in this game. I found that to be fascinating.
They're at home. It's a night game, and it's a whiteout game. I feel like that's...
So that's the thing is, Penn State as an underdog in these bigger spots whenever they play Ohio State or when Michigan was at the top of their game, Penn State could just never get over that hump.
Right.
Does them winning this game solidify them as getting over the hump of not being able to win big games, even though they're favored by 3.5, 4?
I hate the narrative, the not being able to win big games narrative, because if you're, I cannot stand it. Because if you're James Franklin and you're Penn State and you're always up there and you're in that conversation, I would say over the course of 8 years, in terms of being in that conversation for the Big Ten, I wouldn't even say Michigan's number 2. I would say it's Ohio State number 1. It's probably Penn State number 2. So, like, we talk about this hump, getting over the hump. I believe if you put yourself in that position enough times, it'll just eventually happen. Is it this week? I don't know. I really don't know, guys. I mean, Drew Aller has looked worse this year against the first 3 weeks against Nevada and Villanova than he has in a year before.
Yeah, we'll dive into the game here in a second. Now, I think if they win this game, I think that is getting over the hump in a big way. I mean, you're playing against the number 6 Oregon team. I don't think it's on the same level as Ohio State or anything, but like, this is a game Penn State loses time and time again. And I'm not saying fire James Franklin if they lose or anything like that, or Penn State's total frauds if they lose this game. And I understand what Dylan's saying, but at the same time, you do have to win a big game at some point. One big game, and they haven't done it.
I don't know what it is in my brain. This might be just dumb football brain. This game just feels a rung below, like them beating Ohio State and Columbus, or them knocking off like one of those top tier SEC teams or something like that. For whatever reason, if they beat Oregon at home at night on a whiteout game, I don't know if I'm going to be like, oh, James Franklin got over the hump.
I think that's more about your...
I don't know about that. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's not as big as going to Ohio State.
I don't have any analysis,
but it's
just my brain.
No, but I think that's more of how you felt about Oregon coming into this season.
And how I still feel about them, spoiler. But
wow.
Let's get into it.
Oh,
so
man.
Penn State 3.5, Connor. So you like Penn State.
I do like Penn State, and I want to start here. I don't know how much we really know or can take away from the first few weeks for either one of these teams. For those that don't know, these are the opponents they played. Oregon has played Montana State, Oklahoma State, who is god-awful, Northwestern, and then Oregon State with Malik Murphy, and Penn State, Nevada, FIU, and Villanova. What can you take away from really any of those 7 games? Anything?
No, this is
you don't give Oregon a slight edge there for playing 3 teams we know the names of.
Now that is, I think that's fair, but it's quite literally somebody in a conference with 2 teams and the very bottom of another conference. So
this is the exact same as previewing Utah, Texas Tech.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way because I don't know how much you can take away from any of those games. But I'll tell you what the deciding factor for me is. Oregon's rush defense. What are they going to look like? In the game last year, in the conference title game, Penn State had 292 rushing yards in last year's Big Ten title game. It's the most allowed by Oregon under Dan Lanning. You know who's back? Katron Allen and Nick Singleton. They both had a ton of success in that game. Oregon rush D, I just want to see what they're made of. I just want to see it. And with Penn State's rush offense, I have seen it. So I don't know, they looked okay this year against lesser opponents. They had success on this Oregon team last year. And that Jim Knowles defense for Penn State, I think they're going to get after Dante Moore. I wasn't very high on Oregon's O-line coming into this year, and this is going to be their first real test. Lanning versus Knowles is a pretty fascinating matchup, I think, but I do think Jim Knowles and that defense are going to get after him. Dante Moore under pressure, don't love that. He had 11 touchdowns, 9 picks in his first year at UCLA. He'll turn the ball over if you let him. I know, but he'll turn the ball over if you let him. I like Penn State here. I like Penn State at home. I'm not a believer in this Oregon team. I don't think they're what are they, 6th? I don't think they're the 6th best team in the country.
Can we scratch the tape on Dante Moore at UCLA? I think it's.
It's just like, hey, he'll turn the ball over if you pressure him a little bit. Like I don't know.
But like UCLA, we're seeing what's going on there right now. Like,
so it's just, you can't take anything away from it.
No, unless I don't think
okay.
So. I don't think
okay.
So.
Dylan, you look concerned over there.
I don't know what I want to do.
It's tough.
And this is like, I'm not even doing a bit here. It's like going into this, when I first saw the line, I was like, Oregon's an underdog, really? And then I was like, okay, well, night game, whiteout. Guys, Drew Aller's looked bad. I mean, he has not looked good against these easy teams. And I don't know if this is a case of don't show everything against Nevada and Villanova and all these teams. FIU. Connor, you bring up some great points. I guess my question is, so Dante Moore, 2023, I found one start that he had that was like a big-time start. It was at Utah, 330. He scored 7 points. Now, I understand it's a different situation at UCLA then. Do you trust Dante Moore or Drew Aller more in this game?
Drew Aller, and I don't even have to think about it. And that's one of the number one reasons why, yes, I think so.
Karter, I'm going to pull a page from the Karter book. When have you ever seen Drew Aller perform in a big way in a game like this?
At least he's been there. At least he's been at a big-time program, been in these big games. And I don't think he's going to have to throw for 400 yards this weekend to beat Oregon. I think the rush game is going to be leading that attack, and Drew Aller's going to have to do Drew Aller things. Manage the clock, control the game, make timely throws when he has to. But I don't think it's going to be like, hey, Drew Aller, throw the ball 45 times and win the game for us. That's not going to be the game script.
No, sure. I don't think that's going to be the game plan either. I have serious concerns about Drew Aller's ability to manage the game.
Really?
Yes.
What has Dante Moore done to earn your trust over Drew Aller then?
I think that there's more of an unknown with Dante Moore. I am more concerned about Drew Aller from what I've seen, where if I were to put my faith in Dante Moore, I would just say, okay, I don't know, prove me wrong. Drew Aller, it's like if I take Drew Aller's side here and he throws 3 interceptions and looks as bad as he has against these no names, I say no name, they're not no name, but small schools, I'm going to feel dumb. I'm going to feel so dumb. Karter, can you talk to me here? Because I need persuaded. And I know you're not a big Drew Aller guy.
So I can give you both sides. You want both sides?
I love both sides. Sign of a good critical thinker.
Let me paint this picture.
Mm-hmm.
You bet
Paint for me.
You place a bet on Penn State -3.5.
Mm-hmm.
You pick them on the podcast. You say this whole thing. Game starts. They go to the sideline interview and you see James Franklin. Do you feel confident?
Is it Keegan-Michael Key dressed up as James Franklin?
No. It's James Franklin.
It's actually James Franklin?
It's actually James Franklin.
Okay. All right.
And then
what's the other side?
Then you see a 3rd and long with Drew Aller in the shotgun. Do you feel confident at all?
Oh, fun fact. Penn State's offense, 3rd down success rate, 37.5%, tied for 107th.
Against these crap schools?
Against these crap schools. You're so right. Okay. Can you give me the other side? I don't like where this is going.
Do you really trust Dante Moore on the road in a whiteout game? I mean,
I think ultimately this game comes down to who has made a statement about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Right? That's where this game lives and dies.
Coming up next, we're gonna go live to the field.
I'm going Oregon. I have to, in my heart of hearts, I have to go Oregon. Dante Moore might throw 3 interceptions, but statistically, that third down number doesn't look good. Even defensively, as good as Penn State's defense is, their third and fourth down success rate allowed 44.7%, 88th in the nation. Both teams, abysmal schedules. PFF has Oregon's strength of schedule 115th. They have Penn State's 131st. I'm going Oregon. I say they go into Happy Valley, whiteout night game, and they win. I think
so.
Does the duck head fall off again?
This might be too big of a game. I don't know if you can have that happening on road games either.
No,
yeah, it's got to be
this one.
Yeah, too much sabotage if you're doing it on a road game.
So there's multiple things about this one because Drew Aller, I think his best game he's played in college was against Oregon last year in the Big Ten title game. You see the 2 interceptions in that game. That's a bit of a flawed stat. And honestly, I kind of like seeing 2 interceptions from Drew Aller because those are the few times he's actually going for it. It's not him playing super conservative game managing football. But it is a bit flawed because they were playing from behind quite a bit in that game, down 2 scores and whatnot. But you look at the other side, Oregon was having success all over that Penn State defense, and you could argue that Penn State defense was better last year than it is this year if you talk about individual talent on that that side of the ball. I like Oregon here. I'm kind of on the side with Dylan too. Look, Drew Aller, big game. Can you actually do it? It's not even a James Franklin thing for me. It's more of a Drew Aller thing. It's just time and time again in these big spots, can Drew Aller make the big throws when it mattered? Can Drew Aller drive a team down the field? Connor, let's say you take Penn State. It's a 4-point game. And let's say you get Penn State by 3 or whatever. Let's say it's a 4-point game. They got to go score a touchdown. 2:30 left on the clock. Do you have any confidence Drew Aller's going to run down the field and score a touchdown?
I'm going to have confidence that Andy Kotelnicki will dial something up to move them down the field. And we touched on it in the season previews. The Stars have a line for Penn State this year. If there was ever a year, it is going to be this year. With the returning talent they have, the experience, and the state of the rest of the conference, this is the year for a Penn State team. And this is kind of where the rubber meets the road. This is their first true test. I'm going to subscribe to the fact that Kotelnicki and Drew Aller and that Jim Knowles defense are going to come out ready for this huge matchup. And if I get burned, I get burned. But I'm planting my flag with Penn State.
But I actually also really like, I know they haven't played anybody, and that's more than fair. I've really liked what I've seen out of this Oregon defense. And we kind of talked about that in the preview a little bit, where Oregon might be, I don't think they're anywhere near as good as Miami's defense, but it's kind of the same thing where I think Oregon's defense could potentially be the strong suit of this football team.
Conversely, is Penn State's wide receiver room better than last year?
Absolutely. But you do lose Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
We had a big game against Oregon last year, too. So
I think that's fair.
I'm taking Oregon on the road. Dante Moore. I've spoken with some people, some coaches, and they've talked to some NFL scouts and everything. The Dante Moore tape, people are loving. People are loving the Dante Moore tape. But you got to wait until he plays a real defense, though. Like,
You're not going to look good against Oklahoma State. You talk about dead man walking. I could go out there and play Oklahoma State. Oh, Connor Sparrow is projected top 10 pick next year.
That's what I'm saying. When people were telling me these people were telling me they're like, Dante Moore's tape is really good and everything. It's like, well, he's playing Oklahoma State. Like, come on.
You might as well pull the 7-on-7 scrimmage tape from 3 summers ago before he came to UCLA.
It's
I love that 7-on-7 tape.
Everyone's wearing masks. You can't tackle.
Got a K95 out there tight end, yeah.
You've got 6-foot flags hanging off people.
I will say this, Karter, I love how any stat you bring up that you don't want anyone else to consider, you just say is a flawed stat. Drew Aller, 2 interceptions last year, but that's a flawed stat.
Are any stats flawed, Dylan?
The ones I don't agree with.
No.
Well, you got to put context behind it.
Sure, but I hear what you're saying. I just think it's very rich. I think it's very funny.
You can't just name the stat without any context behind it.
So what's the context you're adding that it's flawed?
The Drew Aller one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that he was actually that shows he's actually throwing the ball in that game and was actually going for it. And also in that game, if I got to go back and look at the tape, I didn't rewatch the game or anything. I want to say that it wasn't the one of them wasn't his fault, and then one of them was like end of the game situation where he just had to chuck it up on 4th down. I could be wrong though. Stats.
If only there was a stat that quantifies how many risks a quarterback took. Maybe like big time throws.
Do you actually have the number on you?
Yeah. This year, Drew Aller's big time throw rate 0.89%.
This year, from this year, give me. Come on.
But what?
Turnover worthy play 3%.
Give me last.
You have to give me a second for last year.
They've played Ball Sack State in the School of the Blind.
Yeah, give me last year. I guess.
Wait. You're saying that about Drew Aller? It should be higher. That's not an excuse for it to be that low.
How many big time throws you making against?
I would hope a lot. If I'm a Penn State fan, I'm hoping to see that number closer to 6 or 7% than 0.89. Oh, I love it.
So
I love it.
We'll filibuster for a minute. I do want that stat, so pull that up in a second.
I got you.
Connor, how much stock do you put into Penn State? Look, like Oregon, you actually have to prepare for an Oklahoma State in the preseason or Penn State or whatever.
I never know.
Penn State doesn't have to necessarily prepare all offseason for Nevada, FIU, and Nova. Well, you can spend all offseason getting ready for that Week 4 game against Week 5 game against Dan Lanning in Oregon.
I think that's spot on. I think all offseason's one thing, and also coming off a bye, an extra week to prep this week. Oregon, yes, I mean, there was a blowout game, but they still had an opponent this past weekend. Penn State had an extra week this week to prepare for this. I do think that matters.
James Franklin with an extra week or Dan Lanning coming off of a game?
I don't think that matters.
Yeah, I can't answer that.
I still think James Franklin's a good coach. I don't think that.
Sure.
I'm not trying to poo-poo on the guy. It's
last year, Drew Aller. You won a big time throw rate, right?
Yes.
5.1% big time throw rate. It was 20th in college football amongst quarterbacks with at least 320 dropbacks. So 21 total big time throws. Do you want turnover worthy plays as well?
Absolutely.
Turnover worthy plays 2.1%. That is quick math. 15th best.
That doesn't sound too bad. And that was kind of our point to put a full circle on this coming into this year was Penn State, you want to win a national title? Drew Aller's got to go from, hey, he's a pretty good top 15 quarterback to Drew Aller is a solid top 5 quarterback in college football. You want to win a national title? Drew Aller's got to take that last leap and elevate the team rather than managing the team, I would say.
Yeah, he's got to take that leap. And
we're going to know this weekend, and I think you guys convinced me. One TV, I think I might go Oregon Penn State. After talking about this for 15 minutes, I think this is fascinating. I really do.
Yeah, the quarterback matchup is just,
I can't wait. I'm getting a steaming extra large pepperoni and a bucket of ranch and a huge Coke, and I'm just
ranch with the pizza.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Now I'm
the Midwest guy. I still think that's gross.
I think that's more for the crust, though.
Valid.
That's true. Crust is fair game. I'm a big nacho cheese guy. Or like no, not nacho cheese.
Oh, what are we doing here? Nacho cheese.
Queso with the crust. Not nacho cheese, queso. Nacho cheese is average.
Is queso with the crust a real fat guy move?
That's fat guy move. But ranch is 80% fat.
No, it's not. Ranch is
my gosh.
Ranch is just
you can eat ranch on keto.
Yeah. Are you in ketosis right now?
No, no shot. I have done keto before. It works very well, but I am not in ketosis right now.
I might be in the opposite of ketosis.
My body's only using carbs right now.
Fuel.
Are these good? Are these energy drinks good for ketosis?
I bet those actually are. I bet both of those. Well, no, that's not true. If they're not sugar free, gotta be sugar free.
No, this one is 38 grams of sugar.
Yeah, I think Connor's probably screwed. Karter might be okay. I don't know if those have sugar in them or not.
Was that Nalani?
Yeah, the white girl drink.
I've heard it's pretty good. I've tried a couple of them.
You've got to be secure enough as a man to drink these.
I'll drink a pink Red Bull like there's no tomorrow, so I'm fine with that.
There we go.
Fun going into cardiac arrest at 29.
Thanks, Dylan.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Golly. So you know what, guys? Just
Put a
forget it.
damper
Let's
on
end the
this.
show. Forget it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go work out. How about that? I'll just go to the gym and
That's going to be worse for your heart.
working out. Oh, yeah.
What do you do? What do I need to do? Take a cold shower and lay down, put a cool cloth over my head, bring my resting heart rate down from a bajillion.
Yeah, instead of ordering a pizza for Saturday football, I'll probably just do a cold plunge all day.
Cold all day cold.
Make one of those videos. What's the guy's name? Ashton something. The guy that's doing all like the get ready with me videos to the Drake song.
Back, yeah.
No, Ashton.
Oh.
I don't know. He was doing all the get ready with me videos.
Ashton Hall, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Do one of those, Carter. I want to see your routine on Saturday. It's like, I wake up 11:30.
Day in my life with the KarterKast TikTok.
That would be so.
Carter's day in my life on a college football Saturday.
Like snaps his fingers and his outfit changes. We need the transition.
You would have to pay me so much money. So much money. I'm talking.
If Alabama wins, you got to do a day in my life from the KarterKast.
I would need quadruple digits to make that video. I would not do that for anything less than $2,000.
That goes one of two ways. Either it blows up or it gets like 37 likes.
I would pray for the 37 likes. I would be commenting from a burner hate speech on the account just so it gets taken down.
I'll flag it.
Yeah. Oh, brother.
Me and Matt Rule, man.
That's
We're
awesome.
not political.
You want to get it taken down? Just
Don't worry.
say something about Israel. I'm just kidding. We can move on.
Matt Rule. I'm curious to hear his thoughts. Anyhow, Matt Rule lives rent free in my head. Let's move on. Let's talk about these other games. We're not going to dive into them as much. We're running out of time here. I wanted to dive deep into those two games. Let's go chronological order. Friday night, very quickly on this one. Florida State, Virginia. I think this is an awesome Friday. The Friday night slate's great this week.
Yeah.
Because I think Florida State's on upset watch. Chandler Morris is not a bad quarterback at all. They have a sneaky good run game too at Virginia. I think Virginia's very much a live dog in this game. Game's in Charlottesville Friday night. Very excited about this one.
I do have a comment on this one.
Go
Too
ahead.
many points. Too many points. Virginia offense is actually good. They're 13th nationally and with points per game with 42.5, 11th in NCAA in yards per game. Have they played a weak schedule? Sure. But at home, they had the firepower to pull off this upset. That offense can hang with Florida State. And Tommy Castellanos, I could see him getting a little cute, maybe having a couple turnovers, and this is a weird slip-up spot for Florida State. I'm with you on that one, Carter. I like the Who's.
I like the Virginia spread in this one.
I do too.
I took Virginia as well. The line moved outside of my favor, but I think Chandler Morris, UNT legend, Mean Green legend. This guy was really good there, and he's looked very good this year. Florida State, you have the Alabama game. They've handled their other two opponents, but Kent State, I'm looking at a logo. I don't even know what school that is.
Coastal
Week
Carolina?
2? No, Florida State.
Oh, Florida State.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was
They did running clock in that one, right?
A&M.
East Texas. Yes.
A&M.
I have a rule. If I look at the logo and I don't know the school, then it doesn't count. The data doesn't count. So 77 to
Pluck
3
it out.
doesn't count. I like Virginia.
Outlier.
I like Virginia.
TCU, Arizona State, big time Big 12 matchup here. Ranked TCU, 24th in the country. They're underdogs in Tempe, 9 p.m. Eastern on Fox Friday night. Now, I know I've been the Arizona State hater. They got that big win against Baylor last week. I was kind of hoping that Baylor wins that game and then I get a great bounce back spot with the Sun Devils here. I'm usually the guy that always wants to take the home favorite against a ranked opponent. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about this one.
If they say one thing about Karter, it's that he takes the home favorite against a ranked opponent. You say what you want about Karter, but he does take the home
you're gonna
favorite.
Make me take Arizona State, aren't you?
I like TCU here. TCU. I was high on TCU coming
You're
into
right.
the year,
You're
but I was.
Dylan, you're right. Over.
I actually don't. I don't hate that at all. Arizona State's defense has left a lot to be desired. TCU's is better than Arizona State's, but not super impressive. TCU is another team I was semi-high on. I think I bet them to win the Big 12, like very small and over win total. Josh Hoover has looked great. He might be a furry. We don't know, but he's looked amazing. The offense is humming. I like TCU. A good win against SMU last week. The UNC win. Sorry, Connor, not looking as impressive nowadays, but
Hey, real quick on that. I am pumped for this weekend. I can guarantee you guys one thing. Carolina will not lose this weekend.
let's
I
go.
guarantee
That's
you.
huge.
Carolina will not have another loss in that column following this weekend.
Connor, who do they play?
I don't know the logo. It's like BYE.
Yeah,
BYE.
yeah.
I don't know what that means. BYE.
Jordan's house.
So, but what if a big headline comes out about like Jordan, Bill Belichick? Is that considered a loss?
I think
that
they've already
could be a
taken enough
win.
losses with that.
I was gonna say, yeah, yeah.
Let's just get
Yeah.
some different buzz around here. Let's just distract from the actual play going on here.
Quickly on the TCU Arizona State game, I do agree. I think TCU might have the better quarterback in this game.
I don't think that's a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
People might think you're crazy about that. Also, I don't think this TCU defense is very good. I think the Carolina game is just one you throw out the window, and it doesn't matter because Gio Lopez has shown he is not a very good quarterback, and this Carolina team is not very good. Abilene Christian was able to move the ball on them a little bit, and SMU put up enough points against them too. I think this is just over City, baby.
I don't hate that. I do think this is wrong team favored. I think TCU is a better team here. I think
Is
Josh
that what they
Hoover.
want you to think?
Maybe, but I'm going to subscribe to it in this matchup. I think Josh Hoover, this offense, they're the real deal. I want to touch on this. Having multiple years of experience with Josh Hoover at quarterback, Sonny Dykes the head coach, and Kenny Browell as offense coordinator. I think it's like over 2 seasons they've all been together. Consistency. That's paying off in a major way. That's something that's so rare in college football these days. To have a quarterback and his OC and even his head coach all together for multiple years, that's just something you don't see. And I think that's credit to sticking around, building something special. And I think that does have an impact as TCU goes down the road here this season.
And I like TCU's wide receivers too. I mean, obviously, Jordan Tyson might be the best receiver in the country for Arizona State, but I do like McAllister, and then the cat from Idaho, Jordan Dwyer, very good.
Well, I was gonna say TCU's running back that I cannot remember his name that torched Carolina week 1. I think he's been injured. I don't know if he's coming back or not. Yes, torched Carolina week 1. He's been hurt. I don't know how serious that was. I missed that.
But yeah, I like the over in this game. The only other note I had written down for it was if you bet this game, just wait for a team to go down early and just bet them.
Yeah, that's not bad. I don't hate that.
Yeah. So Wake Forest, Georgia Tech, the game's at a legacy. Big noon kickoffs in Champaign this weekend. USC, Illinois. USC's a 6.5-point favorite. Over under 59.5 in this game. Jaden Mayava's looked pretty freaking good this year. Illinois coming off just a shellacking, losing by 53 points to Indiana. Dylan, USC having to travel cross-country, playing an early game in the Central Time Zone, 11 a.m. local kickoff. This seems like a recipe for disaster. Bounce-back game for Illinois, too. It seems like a recipe for disaster for Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, classic Big Ten matchup here. I don't think you imagine it any other way. USC's offense has looked amazing, and that is the offensive lines look very strong play at quarterback. I'm inclined to take Illinois in this bounce back spot. Like I said, whenever you have a team that has to travel 2-3 time zones in the new Big Ten, I think that's a huge problem. We'll get to that later also with Ohio State. But I lean Illinois here. USC has kind of, I don't want to say proven me wrong, but have definitely surprised me so far. But I do think Illinois bounces back. Not sure if they win, but I think they keep it close.
Go ahead, Karter. Sorry.
I still think this USC defense is bad.
It is.
And I know,
especially rush defense.
That's the thing. It's just teams can move the ball on them, and this is just USC time and time again. Now, I really like what I've seen with Mayava, and I think he's a very good quarterback, and I think he's much better than what Miller Moss was. I don't think that's even a debate, but USC's going to have to get stops in this game. Now, there is an argument, too. This isn't really like great analysis or anything, but there is an argument of, was that Illinois loss so humiliating it might have torn the locker room down a little bit? You know, a lot of
Derailed the
lost
season
the
a
locker
little
room.
bit.
Yeah.
No.
I not.
Yeah.
53?
I know. Listen, guys. Come on. I know the Indiana loss left an awful taste in everyone's mouth, but they're getting damn near a touchdown at home versus USC, who's traveling across the country. What has USC done to deserve being a 6.5, 7-point favorite, traveling to Illinois, cross country? Jaden Mayava's been great. He's been great. He's been money this year. Purdue and Michigan State, like those are, I guess, okay tests. But damn, I just if USC played Duke and Indiana, would they have looked any better or worse than Illinois? I don't know what we're doing here. I think Illinois has played tougher teams thus far this year, and they're getting 7 points at home against USC. This is the same USC coming into the year where we said Lincoln Riley's going to be gone mid-season. I can't. I'm sorry. I have not seen enough from USC. Like you said, Karter, that defense is very sketchy. I'm taking Illinois to win here. I will get fooled again. I'll get bamboozled again. I don't care. I'm going down with the ship. Give me Illinois money line.
You've got me right there. I'm not taking
gosh.
I'm taking spread, but
Give me the spread for sure. But
I'm close. Anyhow, anything else from this game?
Marinate on it until we get to the dogs. I might bring it up again. We'll see.
Yeah, that's what I had. Notre Dame, Arkansas, games in Fayetteville. Notre Dame 4.5-point favorite. Dylan, we've been talking about this game for weeks now.
4.5-point favorite. It opened at like 6, so something's happening there.
I think people are realizing this Notre Dame defense is Swiss cheese.
All of the talk, Notre Dame with 2 losses. Do they get in the playoffs? It's all moot because I think Arkansas wins this game. And that's not me saying I think Arkansas is this world beater. They just have the makeup of a team that will spoil other teams' seasons. Their offense is amazing. It's electric. Taylon Green, if he was on a better team, is probably in the talk for Heisman, if you want my honest opinion. He had some great showings last year. They knocked off Tennessee. That was a huge game. This Notre Dame... What?
I would say Taylon Green getting talked about for Heisman. I don't know.
No, if he was on a better team, we would be having a serious conversation. But
Notre Dame...
Yeah, sure he would, but we won't ever know because he's on a bad team that just got beat by Memphis. But
he's so inaccurate sometimes.
He's electric, gets it done on the ground. He's dual threat
on the ground, but he can't. I mean, he has to throw a game-deciding interception every single time. He has to have a boneheaded play every single time. The turnovers are a legit problem with him.
Is the award for the best player in college football or the smartest? Because if it was the smartest, we get guys from Stanford winning it.
Okay, I'll use that one next time you complain about turnovers.
Yeah, I'm just saying, we're talking about Heisman here. It's best player in college football. All of this to say Notre Dame's defense abysmal, especially on early downs, 121st in early downs, EPA per play allowed. I think Arkansas wins this game, and it's solely based on offense. Arkansas's defense isn't great either, but I think they're going to be able to score with Notre Dame. It might come down to who has the ball last. Give me Arkansas.
If Marcel Reed had this much success against this Notre Dame defense, I think Taylon Green at home is going to be able to put up numbers as well. And now you're saying, are you saying Taylon Green and Marcel Reed are the same player? Honestly, kind of. I don't think they're that different, to be honest. But
is Marcel Reed just mind-numbingly dumb like you just called Taylon Green?
Actually, yeah. Marcel Reed should have 3 interceptions in that game.
Oh, no.
Anyhow, I do think there's a bit of it where it's like, are our brains distorted a little bit that Texas A&M got that lucky? Like, Notre Dame had that game in the bag and should have won that game, even despite the holding call. It still took without the missed holding call. It still took a miracle for A&M to win that game.
Yeah, but I think for me, this is more Arkansas's offense than anything else.
Even if Notre Dame won that game against A&M, I still think we leave that game, like you guys said, feeling worse about Notre Dame's defense if they win or lose that game.
I think that's fair because I'm taking Arkansas in this game. Arkansas money line.
I don't. Go ahead. I don't have much on this game. I just can't lay this many points with a Notre Dame team that I don't fully trust, really on either side of the ball, especially defensively. I don't know if Arkansas is going to win. If I had gun to my head prediction, I would say Notre Dame by 1, 2, 3 points in a tight one. Maybe they have the ball last. Maybe the game-winning field goal. But I would lean Arkansas with the point, and I don't hate that as an upset pick. I really don't.
Yeah, I'm going Arkansas money line here because I also think this is a game Sam Pittman keeps his job to. Like, this is the one he wins, and then it's just downhill the rest of the season for Sam Pittman and this Arkansas team. It also weirdly makes me feel better that they come off 2 very, very close losses back-to-back weeks. And it's like, all right, we got to win this one at home in Arkansas. I'm going with the Razorbacks money line. Taylon Green's going to put up numbers in this game.
Numbies. Might be a couple interception numbers.
No, not Heisman. Is this the weakest Heisman race we've seen?
I feel like we're going to have that conversation a lot in this new NIL era.
It's bad. You're
trying to talk yourself into, John Mateer.
Yeah, but seriously, like, you watch John Mateer, he's the favorite right now. Like, and I think he's a great quarterback. In no way do I watch him and I go Heisman. Like, he's just solid quarterback. That's what I see.
I do love how we just kind of glanced over the whole gambling thing. Like, that was a thing for maybe 3 days, and now we're over it.
Oh, can Ahmad Hardy from Missouri win the Heisman this year? Oh.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Ohio State, Washington. Ohio State.
Here we go.
8.5.
Wait a second. Surely Ohio State's like a 14-point favorite, right? Because this Washington team, they're not ranked. This is the number 1 team in the nation.
9.5. Over under 52.5, Dylan.
8.5 on some books now. As low as 8.5.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Washington hasn't lost a home game since 2021.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I wasn't high on Washington coming into this year. This DeMond Williams talk, I didn't know much about the guy. I was just kind of, I wouldn't say I was out on Washington. I just kind of stood by the side and let everybody do their thing. I was like, hey, I'll watch from the sideline and I'll see what's up. He's been great. The running back room's been great. The offensive line has been great.
Schedule not awesome, as we've said for a lot of teams, but
say that again. What'd you say?
Schedule not awesome, like we've said for a lot of these teams, but
let's be honest.
You can only do with what you see.
Yes, 99th strength of schedule, 100%. You have Washington State, probably the toughest one. Colorado State's not a bad Mountain West team. But also that Texas, the Texas win for Ohio State, that's doing a lot of heavy lifting on their strength of schedule, and that's going to end up not being great either, I think. Guys, talk to me here. This is Ohio gives Ohio State a game for the better part of 3 quarters. Julian Sayin doesn't look great. They can't run the ball. Well, what's the thought here?
I think we see all-time chaos on this college football Saturday, and I think it begins with this Washington game.
It begins at 3:30? It doesn't begin at noon?
No, well, do you think, I think it does, but, I think the peak of the chaos is Washington taking down Ohio State.
This is a game. I'm sitting at McDonald's with my in-laws on last Sunday, and we're talking about the game, and it feels like the casual fan is going to sit here and say there's no way an unranked team beats the number 1 team in the nation in Ohio State, but us ball knowers know that they're like a touchdown favorite. I love Washington's offense. I think what it comes down to, we have been shown that the Arch Manning issues week 1 were not because of Ohio State's defense. Texas had an Arch Manning problem. They did not have an Ohio State defense problem. That's my opinion. I think Washington keeps this game close. I think Washington wins, and people are going to be shocked and be completely out on Ohio. How do you lose to an unranked team when we know Washington's actually pretty good?
Connor and I were in on the Washington before this season. I'm in on DeMond Williams. DeMond Williams is probably the best quarterback Ohio State will have played up to this point.
Surely it's Arch Manning. Surely it's Arch Manning.
I mean, I don't know. Grambling's a guy.
Grambling's got a dog.
Hey,
Grambling's hits.
I like Washington here. Connor?
Long way from Columbus.
It's a long. That's 3 time zones. That's 3 time zones.
They're coming off a bye, so maybe that won't be as much of an issue. But yeah, afternoon kick, long way from Columbus. I think you're right. DeMond Williams, efficient start so far against lesser competition. 73% of his passes completed, 8 touchdowns total, no picks. I'm taking Washington. You guys are kind of talking me into taking the money line. I definitely like them with the number. If you can get anywhere close to that number, I love that. I think they can put up points and at least keep this game close. And if it's close at the end, DeMond Williams might lead the ball, might move the ball down the field and win the game. So I like Washington with the points. I may subscribe to the upset. You guys might have talked me into that.
2 minutes left. Ohio State has the ball. Ohio State's down 4. Do you trust Julian Sayin to get them down the field on a good Washington defense? Not average to
on the road. Tough place to play.
Yeah, you trust Julian Sayin to get them down the field? You don't trust them to run the ball. I don't see any world where they get anything going on the ground. Offensive line's not that great. Running back room's not that great. You trust Julian Sayin?
I trust their weapons on the outside.
Yeah, that's the tough part is I trust Jeremiah Smith, but Julian Sayin, do I have a lot of confidence in him? I don't know. But if you get one-on-one with Jeremiah Smith, 80-90% of the time he's winning that battle.
Or you throw a little bubble screen to him, he busts it for 60 yards down the field, and Julian Sayin doesn't have to do much. Little bubble screen.
I don't know what Ohio State games you're watching. I saw him have like 4 drops against Texas. Like right at his chest.
I like my receivers catching the ball with 2 hands, Dylan.
That's what I'm saying. All of a sudden, you got to go back to the fundamentals and you forget. Give me Washington wins. Washington wins. I'm going 31-21. Convincing.
I'm going Washington too. I'm going Washington 35-31.
I'll hop on the bandwagon. I'll take Washington money line. Screw it. You guys talked me into it. I wasn't going to, but you catch the vibes. It's got to be a squad ride here today.
Can I offer a caveat that I hope doesn't make the clip? I think people will overreact to this, and I think it might be a bye on Ohio State after this game.
I need to see it though, because what kind of Julian Sayin performance are we getting in this game? That's what I need to see, because
fair.
This is a game where I need to see Julian Sayin actually make the plays in this game and make the big throws. And you can say the Texas game, and Ohio State fans are going to lose their minds. They're going to be like, well, he made that throw to Carnell Tate in that spot. It's like, Carnell Tate made the play right there. Like, let's relax a little bit.
Underthrown.
Don't even get me started.
I'm trying to do the Dylan there. Like, it was severely underthrown. Julian Sayin just didn't have to turn the ball over in that game. Julian Sayin's this Washington offense is going to put up enough points to where Julian Sayin is going to have to step up and make big plays on the road. I need to see that in this game for me to buy in on Ohio State, because if, let's say Washington wins this game in a shootout and Sayin actually looks really good, I agree with you, Dylan. I think it is a buy-in on Ohio State, but I need to see something out of him because I haven't seen it so far this season, to be honest.
Yep.
I've seen it out of their
100%.
defense.
Yeah.
Love it. Washington, baby. I love their dog, too. They're husky. I see it on TikTok. I love a good husky.
Undefeated at home since 2021.
I didn't know that. That's shocking.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
LSU, Ole Miss. Ole Miss, 1.5 point favorite, over under 54.5, 4 versus 13. The AP poll has this as a bigger game than Georgia, Alabama. So shout out the AP poll. We know how we feel about the AP poll here.
Big J journalism.
Yeah, and speaking of Big J journalism, the Burnerverse and everybody is going bananas about Landry Kiffin, Lane Kiffin's daughter, just apparently announces she's dating Whit Weeks, LSU linebacker. That's kind of not nothing, right?
I'm sniffing Kizzy.
What are you talking about?
I'm sniffing Kizzy on that. I think something's fishy going on there. Something. You're telling me Lane, I think something's going on there. Something a little fishy's going on.
It is a little weird that you wait until the week of this game, to, what do the kids call it? Hard launch your relationship on social media like that. That's a little strange.
So, but let me paint a picture here.
Or is this an inside job? Lane Kiffin Center is an undercover agent.
I think it's the opposite.
Oh.
Because I'm assuming he's an LSU linebacker. He can't be hanging out in Oxford at all. So she's probably down in Baton Rouge. So if she's in Baton Rouge and whatnot, who's paying the credit card bill? What if Lane, this is a way for her to backstab Lane for not, maybe she didn't get the new car she wanted.
Wow. A spite. This is in spite of him.
Yes.
Oh man.
I don't know.
She's leaking stuff to the LSU team.
Oh no.
Lane Kiffin has addressed this though on X.
He said,
"Did you know that?"
The over, so I'm taking the under.
No, he takes care of gamblers.
No, he doesn't.
At least he says he does. And so I don't know how this fares for your hypothesis, your guess, Carter, because we'll be rooting for Rebs. So it seems like they're on good terms. No?
I'm just throwing out theories out there. I'm not throwing out facts.
Lane Kiffin's a savvy guy. I wouldn't be shocked if he's like, hey, week one, back in week one, back over the summer, hey, this Whit Weeks guy's a target, daughter of mine. Go in there and get him off his game.
But doesn't this
like
also...
little, was it Samson and Delilah? Let me cut your hair. Let me cut your hair. Oh, whoa, I lost all my power.
Well, doesn't it feel a little bit like, remember when they played that Alabama game, the over-under was like 87.5 in that one, and we took the...
Oh, that was... I remember where I was.
Lane Kiffin goes up at the pregame interview and goes, get your popcorn ready, and then walks off and then just puts up like 10 points.
Yeah, I guess maybe he can't, just because he says something, he can't make it happen.
Yes.
Who does this help or hurt?
The
being
Lane
journalism.
Kiffin stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's all fun and games. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no. I know what you're
Big
saying.
dub for Lane Kiffin. I love this stuff. I love the fact that Lane Kiffin is on social media. He's in on all of this. Now, if I'm an Ole Miss fan and I lose this game, I'm probably a little upset. But I love this stuff from Lane Kiffin. I love Lane Kiffin. He looks exactly like Daniel Tosh. Maybe that's why I like him.
Yeah, it does have a Daniel Tosh
Kiffin's
look to
Crimson
him.
Corner.
Who does it benefit more? That's a great question.
I genuinely don't know. You can look at it from both sides. I almost lean it benefits Ole Miss more.
I think I'd lean it benefits Ole Miss a little bit more.
Yeah.
I know I threw that dumb theory out there, which was all bullcrap, but I kind of lean Ole Miss more with that.
I do as well.
Yeah, I think I lean Ole Miss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting story to follow.
Sleeping behind enemy lines.
Tough one.
We had not mentioned
Dylan
one stat.
would know all about that.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't you married into a Ohio State family?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been relaying information. We talk about Connor Stallions. Maybe I'm the one relaying information back to Jim and Sharon and Biff. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
You don't know. I went to Ohio State. I'm relaying information. Ole Miss wins this game. LSU's been a paper tiger. The one deficiency Ole Miss has on defense, LSU can't do it, and that's running the ball. Give me Ole Miss.
Yeah, I do think that's a big part of this game because Brian Kelly flipped out when he got asked the question. He spazzed when, like, why can't you run the ball? It's like, we just won the football game. He kind of did what we did last week. We talked about Haynes getting the 75-yard run against Oklahoma, talking about Oklahoma's run D. Brian Kelly's like, well, we got the long one at the end. That's all that matters. Like, I think that's a great point.
Yeah.
Ole Miss is starting the right quarterback now. That was it. Austin Simmons, it wasn't the guy. Chamblee.
Wait a second. I thought Austin Simmons yelled at an opposing dugout once when playing baseball or something, or I thought he had that dog in him. What?
I still think he has that dog in him.
No, he graduated at 9. He graduated high school at 9.
That's what it was. Yes.
He trained with Peyton Manning when he was 2 years old.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
They were doing
David Wright.
New York Times.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I don't think this LSU offense can keep up with Ole Miss, to be honest. I think it's a real issue. I think Garrett Nussmeier, I think you're kind of right, Dylan. I think this LSU team is a bit of a paper tiger, and I think Nussmeier's still a good quarterback, but I think that run game just doesn't open anything up for Nussmeier, especially against decent defenses. Now, this Ole Miss defense is pretty average, to be honest, so I think Nussmeier should have a decent game, but eventually you're going to have to be able to run the ball. I don't trust LSU's run game. I'm rocking with Ole Miss here in Oxford.
After getting my heart ripped out in this matchup last year in Baton Rouge, getting my absolute soul crushed, I'm back in on Ole Miss this year. I'm coming back to the well. I think all the points you guys made are valid. Ole Miss handled a frisky Tulane team 45-10. I mean, what are we? It's Tuesday. I still don't think Jake Retzlaff's completed a pass. I don't know what he's doing right now. That was pretty bad. Look, Trinidad Chambliss, like you guys said, is he the real deal? Is this like a Tua Hurts situation? I don't know. I think both guys are going to be good. I think Austin Simmons will still be a good college football quarterback. I am not out on Austin Simmons by any means.
I just think this. I think what we've
You got to ride the wave till it crashes, though.
Absolutely, and I think without doubt, I think he's the better quarterback out of the two. I don't think it's particularly close.
I think we'll see. I think as of right now, sure, but the jury. I think Austin Simmons will bounce back and be fine. Whether it's here or not, I'm not sure. LSU's offense, not great. Only scored 17 against Clemson, who, shocker, we now know is actually awful. 23 versus Louisiana Tech and 20 against Florida at home. If Lagway didn't throw 5 picks, they probably lose that game. Offense has never truly found a rhythm. Finally, Ole Miss defense hasn't been awesome. This is more of a bet on Nussmeier and the LSU offense coasting by this season, not having to do too much. I like Ole Miss here at home in Oxford. Shout out my boss, JP, boots on the ground in Oxford.
Shout out, JP. Let's go. Also, LSU, is this defense a little overrated?
Don't hate it. Don't hate that
Because you look
take.
at the quarterback, you go against the LSU, Florida. I mean, what have we seen out
They
of
did to Cade Klubnik. Heisman favorite.
Klubnik and Lagway. Look what they've done against Syracuse and USF.
Klubnik and Lagway, and who's the Louisiana Tech quarterback, Karter? Just kidding.
God, I was hoping I had that in the back of my head. My brain just automatically just spits out Hank Bachmeier.
Preston Dalton.
Auburn, Texas A&M, another 3:30 game. A&M's a 6.5-point favorite. Games at Kyle Field and College Station. Over under 52.5. Jackson Arnold coming back after getting sacked 10 times against Oklahoma. Brutal stuff for me, as I'm a Jackson Arnold guy and believer in this Auburn team. A&M coming off a bye. They off the Notre Dame game. Plenty of time to prepare for this game. That does bode well at home for A&M. You guys are the A&M guys on this podcast. I'll start with you, Dylan.
Auburn should have won last week against Oklahoma, if we're being completely honest. Marcel Reed's the better quarterback. I don't know if I trust the defense. It feels like it's a great spot for Auburn to bounce back. That's my initial. I think Texas A&M wins. Auburn keeps it close.
I see +7. Is that still right? Is it 6.5 now for Auburn?
Anywhere in the range.
My former coworker at Action Network, Colin Wilson, put a stat out there that said Aggies defense bottom 15 nationally in defensive finishing drives, rush explosives allowed, and tackling. A couple of nerd stats in there, but I looked up what some of those mean. Basically not great for Texas A&M defense. So I'm a little concerned about that. I think Jackson Arnold, I said this last week and got burned. I do think he has success on the ground this week in this matchup on the road at Texas A&M. I think we'll see a lot of design runs, chunk plays for this Auburn offense. Should Auburn beat Oklahoma? Maybe. I think they'll come out pissed off here. I do like the spot. As much as I love A&M this year as a whole, I had them in the playoff. I think this is a slip-up spot for them coming off that miraculous Notre Dame win. I like Auburn here. Would not be shocked in the slightest if Auburn pulls off the upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Auburn. Auburn every which way in this game, to be honest. I think they went outright, cover the number. This is a great bounce-back spot for the Tigers. I think this A&M defense is honestly below average in the SEC, one of the worst defenses in the SEC, to be honest. I think Eric Singleton has a big game for Auburn in this one, too. I like his props in this game if you have that available. Jackson Arnold's going to get it done on the ground, actually, in this game. And the thing is, you do the Oklahoma thing where Oklahoma's D-line is getting pressure and everything like that. I think Arnold's going to have plenty of time in this game. He had a decent amount of time in the Oklahoma game. I think he's going to have twice as much time against this A&M D-line. So I love Auburn in this spot. Absolutely love Auburn. Give me the Tigers once again. I'm going to fall into this trap once again, and I'll probably get burned.
I don't want
even
this
really
to
a
come
trap.
off. I don't want this to come off as like being out on A&M for the year by any means, but I just think this is a bad spot for them.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh. And this does just feel like a game A&M blows and then everyone gets out on A&M.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Give me the Tigers. Give me the Tigers. We're going to win this one. That's a we. I have Auburn win total. Indiana. Iowa. Indiana 7.5-point favorite. Over under 48.5. Indiana coming off a just dismantling of Illinois. Iowa. Decent win actually against Rutgers last Friday night.
That's a good game.
Rutgers is better than what people. Calvin Akis has actually been pretty good for Rutgers standards.
Get it done on the ground.
And Iowa, very strong offensive line. I would argue top 5 offensive line in the country, probably.
Corn-fed,
big boys. I kind of like Iowa to win this game.
These lines just reek of upsets this week.
How many upsets are we going to see? I know you jokingly sent a parlay in the group chat earlier, Karter, where you said, I like too many dogs this week. I had a hard time picking my dog. I have like 3 or 4 options.
Yeah, no, there's just too. That's why I think this is going to be absolute chaos on Saturday. I think a bunch of these 6.5, 7.5 point underdogs, unranked teams beating ranked teams. I think it's pure chaos on Saturday. I don't necessarily know if it happens in Indiana, Iowa, though. I think this is one Iowa keeps it close and covers the number, and I think Indiana pulls this one out.
It's going to be a time of possession battle for Iowa. If you're Iowa, you're 10-minute drives, like that's your own. You can't let Indiana run up the score on you like they have against everybody else this year. I think they have the defense to do it. Offensive line is very strong. They're going to be able, literally, PFF grades, 2nd-rated left tackle, 1st-rated left guard, 2nd-rated center, 2nd-rated right guard, 2nd-rated right tackle. Like, I don't know. They're not going to light it up. If they do win, it's going to be low scoring. They do time of possession, and the defense holds Indiana to like 14 points. But I like Iowa in this matchup.
This has all the makings of a weird game. I lean Iowa as well.
Gosh, we're all sluts for the upsets this week.
Love it. This is a prove it to me week. We're going to find out about a lot of teams this week.
Yes, we are. I think that's a great way to put it. I'm going to quickly run through a bunch of games. Just add a comment, chime in if you want. Tennessee, Mississippi State. Is Tennessee on upset watch this week?
Too many points at home for a Mississippi State team that has been playing extremely well.
Especially offensively. The Tennessee defense statistically doesn't look that great. I like Mississippi State here.
I think Fluff Bothwell might have a big game in this one.
Ooh, big Fluff guy.
I love Fluff.
All time.
Arizona, Iowa State. I think Iowa State's also on upset watch this week. They're only a 5.5-point favorite at home against an Arizona team I don't necessarily love. That's a sketchy line.
Defense isn't bad.
And it's in Ames. I thought this line should be like 7.5, to be honest. Just putting that out there. All right. No comments about that one.
No comment.
Dylan, UMass, Missouri, thoughts?
Go Tigers.
That's it? That's all you have?
That's all I have. I don't have anything for UMass, Missouri.
Tell me about UMass's linebacking core, Dylan. I need some. I'm just kidding.
No comment.
Just a little side note here. Duke, Syracuse. I know we were big Duke guys, Dylan.
Yeah.
This feels like a great time for Duke to beat Syracuse after coming off Syracuse's biggest win under Fran Brown, maybe.
Yeah, I said this on the recap show. I absolutely love how a coach recovers a random onside kick, and all of a sudden the other coach got outcoached. Like, oh, Fran Brown outcoached Dabo Swinney. Did you see that onside kick? We did the same thing with Dan Lanning last year in the first Ohio State game. Oh, Lanning outcoached Ryan Day. I love that. I love it. Yeah, give me Duke. Still buying the Duke stock.
UCF, Kansas State. UCF's 3-0. Kansas State 1-3. Obviously know how bad Kansas State is. Kansas State's a -6.5.
Oh, it's gone up. I saw a 5.5 number last night. That line's telling me all I need to know. I'm taking Kansas State by 1 million in this game.
Oh, but what if UCF's actually not that bad?
No.
Dead coach game for UCF.
Oh yeah,
Sean
Clark.
Clark.
Offensive
I didn't
line
think about
coach.
that.
Offensive line coach.
Yeah.
Does that change your opinion? I will say I think I was wrong about UCF. That's a problem.
I'll say it here. I just won't bet the game.
Watch as an observer.
Yeah.
That's respectful.
There was one more upset watch I had. It was Utah, West Virginia. I'm gonna need to see some stuff out of Utah. Weird stuff coming out of the Kyle Whittingham camp this week. I guess Devin Dampier was injured all last week in practice, and Whittingham didn't put him on the injury report, which Big 12 teams are required to do now. And then he made up some fake excuse saying like, "Well, he was like healthy, but he wasn't," and whatever, blah blah blah. Weird stuff coming out of Kyle Whittingham this week.
Oh, problems with college injury reports not being reported correctly. Color me shocked. Jalen Daniels last year. Oh, is he going to play? Is he not going to play for Kansas? I mean, we've done this song and dance.
Yeah, I just Utah being weird. Shocker. App State, Boise State. Nothing on this game. I just think this is a really cool game, and I wish this was on a Friday night.
Yeah, or even a Thursday.
Yeah. I wish this was not on Saturday during prime time. And then lastly, BYU, Colorado. Dylan, you've coined this as the culture war.
Yeah.
BYU -6.5 in the spot in Boulder. Look, I know I'm wearing a BYU shirt right now. I know I'm a BYU guy. This BYU team is designed perfectly to stomp on this Colorado team. Love BYU every which way in this game. BYU, elite defense, and that run game, they just want to ground and pound. In Colorado, that's a nightmare scenario for them. This BYU team is built very much like Georgia Tech, Haynes King and them. I don't think they're as explosive as Georgia Tech is, but I think the defense is better than Georgia Tech. We're going to see a very similar game as we did with Georgia Tech, just less turnovers from BYU.
I cannot wait until week 8 when BYU loses to Utah, and then they lose to Iowa State, and then they lose to Texas Tech, and we can stop doing the BYU thing.
Oh, no.
I cannot wait.
Is that a red dot on Dylan's chest right now?
Whoa. Did I not say that was going to happen?
I don't remember.
I said BYU is going to start the year 6-0, and then they will finish 8-4.
Actually, at Arizona might even be it. Listen, I understand. We got to talk about the game. They're ranked. I get it. You said they're the best defense in the country, possibly the best defense in the country. My heart yearns for week 8, maybe week 7.
I want to go to that game so bad.
And Big Cat was kind of right. They show your mascot too much.
BYU fans are not going to like what I have to say here. I 1,000% agree.
Wow.
Cosmo guy.
Not a
Wow.
not the biggest Cosmo guy. That's a big time controversial take with the BYU community. They're going to be pissed about that one.
Jacksons with an X everywhere are going to be outraged.
Jackson's with it.
McKinsley's are going to the streets.
Ainsley. Yeah.
I love BYU in this matchup, though. Deion cannot teams that can ground and pound and don't turn the ball over and have good defenses. Deion has no chance against.
Caden
I like
Fuller had a
BYU's.
good game last week. I'm just saying.
Who did they play?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They also
JMU?
gave up 20 points to Wyoming. Houston, I mean, was just a walk in the park against this Colorado team.
Yeah,
But
you're
Houston, I mean,
right. Houston's the real deal.
Real deal. 3-0.
Hey, that's
We're alive.
Dylan, did you get the Houston Big 12 bet in for the future?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
3-1.
making sure, because every time I open my app and I see that, I just smile a little bit. I'm like, I like it. Their schedule lines up. If you look at their schedule now, it lines up so nice for them.
They're dogs. They're dogs.
They only have 2 ranked opponents the rest of the way.
Big game next week.
Yes,
Texas
very
Tech,
big,
but
very big
either
game
way.
next week. But anyhow, all right, parlay picks. Let's do it. Let's go underdog first. Dylan, who is your underdog pick of the week?
This is a lot of the underdogs I like don't fall within our criteria of 6.5. I like a lot of 5, 4s.
So,
I'm-
can we do an average? Because I have a bigger dog this week. So I'm okay giving you a shorter dog because I'm taking a bigger dog, and I think it'll equal out to a 6.5.
Coming off a 12.5 point underdog win, I think I gotta go bigger again. So I was thinking Mississippi State or Washington.
I don't hate either one of those.
Yeah.
I'll go Washington. I'll go
I
on
think-
brand with Washington.
I think we go on brand with Washington. Connor, I'm gonna have to step in here.
Go ahead.
I can't let you take this pick from me.
Please. I got a few, so go ahead.
Guys, have you looked at the TV programming this weekend? What games being played on which channels?
No.
Enlighten me.
7 p.m. CW, Virginia Tech, NC State. The Hokies are going to win. Interim coach game.
I love that.
I don't hate that. I really don't hate that.
This NC State defense is horrifically bad. Kyron Jones is going to be able to run all over them. This Virginia Tech team, I think, has just a little bit of life now that they're playing with their interim head coach, Philip Montgomery. And you look at this guy, and he just screams interim head coach. He screams Virginia Tech football, to be honest. I'm going to have to pull up a picture on the screen while Connor's going. Give me the Hokies money line for the underdog parlay. I think they're plus 10.5 right now. I'm taking the spread and the money line.
That's a great pick, and it was definitely on my list. I have 3 written down here. I had Mississippi State written down, but I cannot go against the Vols again because I just keep getting burned. So I'm not going with them, even though I think they have a good chance to win. Iowa plus 255 at home versus Indiana also stuck out to me in the tickler file. It's going to be a weird one. Oh, we got the coach up here.
I mean,
football guy.
That's Virginia Tech football right there.
It's a high def picture.
That is. Jeez, on the screen
I
share
can see
too.
hair follicles.
I love the Virginia Tech pick.
I mean, look at the sunglasses one right here when he was at Tulsa. I mean, that's Virginia Tech football right there. Dave Doran, we're going to be having conversations about you after this game.
For my underdog pick, I can't believe we're doing 2 from the same conference. I'm sticking in the ACC. I'm taking Virginia over Florida State.
Oh,
I like that too. I like that.
We're going Friday night. We're going to start off with a bang. Scared money don't make money. Too many points, number one. I love them on the spread. And the real reason I'm taking them to win, I think Castellanos might have a turnover or 2. And I think Chandler Morris in this Virginia offense is going to put up points. Already went over the stats. Top 13 in points per game and yards per game nationally so far this year. At home, I like the Hoos. I like the Hoos to pull off the upset, and maybe we pump the brakes a little bit on Florida State. This is one of those weird ones Friday night where the Seminoles are like, wait a second, they lost that game?
I love this parlay. I would argue, should we do 2?
No, we can't do 2. We
I
can't
think
do 2.
We like so many dogs this week. I vote we do 2, where the second one doesn't necessarily have to be 6.5 point underdogs. And we do 2 underdog parlays this week.
All right. Okay, listener. Yeah. If you're listening right now, you get a little treat.
Yep, Dylan. You're going Arkansas, right? Because if you're not, I'll take them.
I want to go Mississippi State.
Okay, then I'll take Arkansas. Connor.
Iowa.
Oh, I almost love that one more. I almost love that one more than the first one.
That's why we do a second one. There's too many I like this week.
Realistically, I would not be shocked if of those 6 dogs, there are 6, heavy underdogs, 5 points or more. I wouldn't be shocked if 4 or 5 of those teams win outright.
So
seriously,
you're telling the people to round robin this.
I would never give that advice, but this might be the week.
This might be the week. I love it. All right, straight college football parlay picks. Dylan, hit me.
San Jose State, Stanford, under 50.5. Both teams are averaging under 66 plays a game. They play shockingly slow. Offenses are no good. Give me the under, 50.5.
Love it. Connor. I can't believe I'm doing this. This number was at 7. I now have it at 6.5, so I'll take 6.5. UCLA plus 6.5 at Northwestern is my pick this week.
Wow.
In what world is Northwestern favored by a touchdown against another Power 4 team? I don't care who it is. I'm taking UCLA. I'm taking the Bruins.
I don't hate that outright either.
I didn't want to include it in the dog parlay because I would just hate to lose a dog parlay to effing UCLA, but I'm taking them on the spread.
Nico, 0 big-time throws this year.
That's going to change.
Northwestern defense, not bad.
Nico, I will beat Northwestern Yava. I think that's how it's pronounced.
There it is.
I wanted to put BYU in this, but I'm not going to. I don't want emotions tied into this. We need to win money. We need to win money. We need to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore, I have 2. Do you guys just want to pick them? I'm going.
Don't go Karter pick.
No. That was BYU. And Panthers money line parlayed. And Liverpool money line against Crystal Palace. Arizona, Iowa State over 48.5, or Ole Miss money line.
Ole Miss money line.
I mean, I love Ole Miss this weekend, but I don't know. I kind of like the over. I don't know. I'll defer.
Dylan, help me out here.
Yeah, I already said what I think. Ole Miss money line.
In a weekend where there's so many big matchups, so many notable top 25 games, our parlay so far for Dylan and I's picks are 2 of the grossest ones you can think of. I kind of want to stay on that brand.
Oh, if you want to stay on that brand, we can make that happen and go Cal Boston College over.
That I might like that the best.
Let's go Cal Boston College over 52.5. Let's stay gross.
People are going to see this parlay and be like, what the hell?
It's like those games aren't even on TV this week. You have to have illegal streaming sites to get those games. We'll be watching those on Facebook Live. It's
we'll tweet live.
A mom's in the stands is filming UCLA Northwestern, being like, "Nico, yay!"
It's like those huddle tapes where like the camera completely misses the ball running down the field, and then it jerk pans to the other end zone. It's like, oh, he just ran for 80 yards.
I think they had the same person doing the ECU BYU cameras last week. Holy smoke! Anyhow, what a show. What a show. College football show. That's in the books. NFL show will be out soon. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to follow at KarterKast on everything. 5-star review if you're listening on Apple, Spotify. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's get those numbers up this season. And download SeatGeek. Use code KarterKast. $20 off your first purchase at Connor_Spare, at Karter, at KarterKast on everything once again. And we'll see y'all next time.